Hi everyone and welcome back. Today we will be doing a part 2 in the Bitmoji classroom. We will be adding links and animations, so if you want to learn how to do this, stay tuned. So to begin, I'm going to walk you through what I've been doing with my first grade class, and feel free to take what I've been doing and tweak it for your grade level. Something that I love to have in my Bitmoji classroom is a flag. And the reason why I add a flag is so that they can hear the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. I think it's a great routine for the students when they're in the classroom. And believe it or not, by first grade, most of them know it, but there are still a few that don't know the words. So I love to have it in here, and I remind them that they should click on the flag and listen to the Pledge of Allegiance. So let's search the web, just as we did in our last video, which if you have not seen my last video on how to create this Bitmoji classroom, please click on the link in the description box and watch that first. All right, so let's add an American flag. And remember, transparent background. So let's just see if this one works. Now, might have to move my little video there. Okay, so this one is transparent. And I just try to find a place for it wherever it can fit. Now, what I might do is move this poster over here. That looks good. And then move the flag so that it's right kind of coming off of the smartboard. So I'm just tweaking around. That works for me. What I like to do is find a Pledge of Allegiance song on YouTube. Okay, so I just typed in Pledge of Allegiance song, and I absolutely love this one.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands.
Okay, so what I do is I copy the link, go back to Bitmoji Classroom, and I will link it to my flag. So let's do that. So what I'll do now is I'll click on the flag, click on this link, and paste the YouTube link. Now, once this is published and the students have access to this Bitmoji classroom, when they click on the flag, it will bring them to the YouTube video. And they will most likely have to sit through an ad, which I highly do not recommend. What you want to do is take that same link and go to Safe YouTube. This site is amazing because you can put in any YouTube link and it generates an ad-free link that you can copy and paste the safeyoutube.net link. Now what happens is when this is published and your students have access to it, when they click on it, it brings them to the Safe YouTube site and they just listen and watch the video, which is much better and much safer. So that's what I like to do with all of my links to YouTube, which brings me to my next idea, and that is incorporating a bookshelf filled with books and links to the read alouds on YouTube. Now, all of the links that I find today, I will add in the description box so that you can check out those read alouds. First things first is we need a bookshelf. So we'll go to Insert Image, search the web, and type in bookshelf. Now you could pick any bookshelf that you want. I like this one, actually. So I'm just sizing it so that it fits. So this works for me. This is perfect. This is a great size. And now to add in our books. So the first thing is, what books do you want? What I did was in our Seesaw classroom, I sent out an assignment and it was, what is your favorite book? And the students were able to write down 3, and I looked through all of them. And each week I set out 5 books and placed them on the classroom bookshelf, and then linked the read alouds to each one of those books. The following week, I switched up the books and I put a new set of 5. And the idea here that I have 5 books each week is that the students can click on a book a day and listen to the read aloud. So some of the books that I remember my students liking and wanting me to incorporate were How to Catch a Unicorn, Knuffle Bunny, and Diary of a Worm. So let's start with those 3 books and I'll walk you through how to link them. The first thing I did was Google each book so that I could take a picture of them. So let's start with Diary of a Worm book. Go to Images and then just copy it. When you go to Bitmoji Classroom, you can paste it. Okay, remember our shortcuts. For Macs, it's Command C, and for Windows, it's Control C, and then to paste, it's Command V for Mac users, and for Windows users, it's Control V. Okay, remember, I kind of walk you through all of that in my first video, so be sure to check that out first so you know the tools and the tricks. So you will paste it over here and just align it in your bookshelf. And you want to make it big enough so that they can see it, of course. Okay, next thing is go back to YouTube to find a read aloud to that book. So Diary of a Worm, read aloud. Now, I know that this first link works because I've actually linked it to my own classroom. I love this one because the video editor used a lot of emotion when he was reading this. So I'm going to go back to Save YouTube and just paste the new YouTube link to the Diary of a Worm book, generate it, copy it, back to Bitmoji Classroom, and once again, select the image you want the link attached to, and that's that. So they'll be able to click on it and hear the read aloud. You can have a lot of fun with this. And the linking of videos is a great way to just create a more interactive and exciting classroom for your students to play around with. So let's do another book. I'm going to do How to Catch a Unicorn. That's a class favorite. We are going to copy the image. I'm going to do Command V because I have a Mac. Let's put that here. Let's go back to YouTube. Type in How to Catch a Unicorn, read aloud. And once again, I've used this, so I know this link works. She reads with a lot of expression as well. So I'm going to copy her link, go back to Save YouTube, copy the YouTube link, generate it, copy it. See, it's a lot of copying and pasting. But once you have the final product, it's amazing. Click on that link, add the Save YouTube link, and apply it. Now I'm going to do a couple more of just books that I know my kids will like, and I'll check back in with you in a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, my bookshelf is now full of books that the students can click on and listen to throughout the week. And I find that my students really like it. So the next thing that I like to do in my classroom is to add a little bit of animation to my actual Bitmoji girl. So to do so, you'll select the person, the Bitmoji, and you'll go to Animate. Now, I already have an animation listed. I'm going to delete and start from scratch. What I will do is click on her, add animation, and you have a long list of different things that you can choose from. You can appear, disappear, fade in, fade out, fly in from the left, fly in from the right. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do. I like to fly in from either left or right because I feel like, you know, if I'm walking into the classroom, I wouldn't be dropping from the ceiling or coming up from the ground. So I'm going to click fly in from right. And you can change the speed. Do you want her to fly in slowly? Do you want her to fly in really fast? I normally choose like medium. And then play it. So this is what it will look like. Here's my little beanbag and myself, and we fly in from the right. I love it. You'll click stop, and then it's linked. I almost forgot. Back when I was creating the Bitmoji classroom in our first video, it was May, but now it's June. So I will change the date to Monday, June 1st. And something that we did in the classroom was we sang along with Jack Hartman because he would create a video for each month. And that's a perfect way to link that to the date on the board. And I'll show you how. You'll go back to YouTube and type in Jack Hartman June song. And the kids love this. You'll take this link, and I bet you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Safe YouTube and paste it here. Generate it. Awesome. Copy it. Go back to our Bitmoji classroom. It's a little bit harder because it's text that we want to add this to. So the best way is to just click on the box, highlight the text, click link, and paste the Safe YouTube link. Now, as you can see, it's blue and underlined, and that's because there's a hyperlink to it, okay? So they'll click on that, and they'll see the song. So back in the classroom now, another thing that I like to do is to add in the reminders box. I like to incorporate yoga or some sort of meditation. So I'll say reminders. I might want to say, take a moment to relax. So I'll center this. And I want to find a YouTube link that is calming and meditative for them. And I know just the perfect link because it's something that we've done in the classroom. So I'll go back to YouTube. And this woman is absolutely wonderful. I'm going to do Ocean Breath. I love that one. And the kids love it too. So Barry Coral is wonderful. She does different videos pertaining to mindfulness, and they're just so calming, so relaxing. And I'll have her link below, of course. So you'll copy this link. So head on over to Safe YouTube to generate a safe link. And then copy that link. And just as we did with the date on the board, you will highlight just that text, click the link, and paste the link. Now, the students should know that if text on the board is blue and underlined, that means that there's a link to it. If not, I recommend just writing it in your announcements page. Just a reminder, if you see blue text on the board, click it. It'll send you to a video or something like that. Okay? So these are just some ways that you can link and animate different things in your classroom that ends up making it as fun as possible for these kids. I mean, we can't be in the classroom together, but you can certainly try your best to create an animated and lively classroom for them to use while they're at home. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed our video today. As I said, it was just a little bit of an intro into how you can link and animate different things in your Bitmoji classroom. The possibilities are endless, and that's part of the fun part of having a Bitmoji classroom is the different things that you can link and change from week to week to make it as interactive as possible for our students. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you can take what I've taught you and create an interactive and awesome classroom for your kids. So stay tuned for another YouTube video next Tuesday at 2 with Teaching Tiny People, and I'll see you then. Bye.